Hello and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today I want to try out the new artifact set. Well, actually, there are two new artifact sets, of course, but the one I'm talking about is the one that boosts elemental skill damage. And yeah, I think this set could work really well on Yae Miko, since she does a lot of damage with her elemental skill, and can also deal damage with the skill from off-field, which is also boosted by the set. And I've heard that it's kind of Fischl's new best in slot as well. Yeah, for Yae, it's not actually best in slot, I think. But yeah, if you focus on skill damage, it's probably a good set for her to use. But Fischl actually seems like that's her new best set. So yeah, I want to try it on these two characters. Mainly Miko, but then maybe later in the video we also get around to putting it on Fischl. So far I've only farmed enough artifacts for one full set, so I can only use it on one of them at a time, not on both. But yeah, let's just see how it goes, how much damage they deal. Okay, but before we get started with the new set, let's go over the build that I have on my Yae currently. And yeah, as you can see, she has a pretty high amount of attack, 2300. A little bit of elemental mastery, I know, should be a bit more nowadays with accurate and stuff, but yeah, that's how it is. But I do have pretty high crit rate and crit damage, so yeah, it's a pretty nice build overall. Also, 142 energy recharge could also be a bit higher, but it's definitely not bad. And then we have decent amount of electro damage bonus. The weapon I'm using is Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds. Yeah, when she is dealing just damage from off-field with her skill, the passive doesn't really do much, but it's still a nice stat stick with decent base attack and crit rate. Crit weapons are always nice, they make it so much easier to build characters. And the artifacts I'm using are 2-piece Shimenava and 2-piece Gladiator, mainly because I just have pieces with pretty good substats there. I know a lot of people farmed Gilded Dreams for her because EM nowadays is really good on her, but I never really got around to that, so yeah. And I have a lot of really good Shimenava pieces because I farm a lot for Yoimiya. So that's how it is. Let's go over these artifacts real quick. So we have this flower with honestly almost perfect substats for Yae Miko. Then yeah, also a feather with very similar substats. Then this attack percentage sense that doesn't have crit rate, but still pretty decent substats. Electro damage bonus goblet, and last but not least we have a crit damage circlet with a bit of crit rate, ER, EM. So yeah, overall, pretty decent build, I guess. Constellation 0, and the talents are 9, 10, 9. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and see how much damage she actually does with her skill and her burst with the current build. And then I'm gonna switch to the new set and see how much more elemental skill damage is gonna be and how much less burst damage. And as usual, Mercenary here is gonna be our volunteer for the damage showcase. So yeah, let's just jump right in and fight him. Okay. Let's see. How much damage is it? 9800. But that's with 4 stacks from the Lost Prayer, I think. What does she do when I go off field? Yeah, now it's 8000 because now we don't have the Lost Prayer effect anymore. 8100. Okay. But yeah, let's see how much is the burst gonna do. First we need to set up our turrets again. And burst. 23k. And then 29k on the subsequent Thunderbolts. Okay, yeah. Overall, not bad. Now the question is, how much more damage is the skill gonna do with the new set? And is it enough to offset the damage loss on the burst? Because the burst is definitely gonna do less damage on the new set. Okay, so I've switched out the artifacts and here we have the new build. Yeah, well, attack is a lot lower now, but that was to be expected. And elemental mastery is actually the same. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even know that the new set had the same amount of EM. But yeah, that's funny. Okay, and then crit rate is actually a little bit higher even. Almost 90%, which is a little bit overkill, I guess. I really was trying to get a bit more crit damage rolls and a bit less crit rate rolls on these artifacts, but sometimes the RNG just doesn't go the way that you want it to. So yeah, a little bit less crit damage and also less energy recharge. So overall, it's actually a worse build than the previous one, I'd say, but I haven't had much time to farm these artifacts. Just a few weeks since Fontaine came out. So it's to be expected that it's not quite as good as the build that I have had time to farm for years, basically. Weapon, still the Lost Prey to Sacred Wind, same as before. And then let's go over these new artifacts. Actually took me a while to get a full set of this with decent crit stats. But yeah, we have this flower here with a lot of crit rate and a little bit of crit damage, ER attack. Then a feather with double crit as well. We have this attack sense here with crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge. Sadly, it rolled a lot into HP. Would have preferred some more crit damage rolls, but it's still the best sense that I could get. And fun fact, this is not from the domain. From the domain, I didn't get a single decent attack sense. The best one I got also had 5.4 crit damage, which is the lowest crit damage roll as far as I'm aware, but the other substats were total shit, and I only leveled it up because I didn't have anything else. And I was like, okay, guess I'll have to do the showcase with the shittiest attack sense ever. But then I did the Abyss yesterday and got this, which started with crit rate, energy recharge, and crit damage, immediately being better than the previous one. But yeah, pretty nice sense now. Then I'm using this goblet here, which has actually pretty good amount of crit damage and a little bit of crit rate as well. And then a crit damage circlet that sadly has no crit rate substat. I wasn't able to get a circlet with both crit stats from this domain. But yeah, it is what it is. Overall, still a decent build. Worse than the previous one, but should be fine, I guess. The big thing is really this 4-piece effect. Can get a total of, I think, 70% skill damage? Yeah, that's actually a lot. So let's see if the damage is now actually higher than before. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's actually lower. Wait, now it's higher. Wait, with the stacks of the Lost Prayer it was lower, and then without the stacks it was high. Oh wait, because off field, right. I forgot about that. It gets better when you're off field. Okay, so that's interesting. So actually on field the previous build is better, but then off field, yeah, makes sense. Of course, that makes sense, because this set boosts the skill damage a lot off field. But it's actually not that much of a difference. But yeah, let's see about the burst damage. We don't have the burst right now, so let's recharge here. Does the burst do good damage still? Okay, let's see. 17 and 22 on the following bolts. Yeah, that's a bit less. It's not much less, but still, I think that's like over 20k less than on the other build. I mean, the burst is not the most important part of the kit, it's the skill, but still. The only scenario here where we do more damage is when Yae is off field. Other than that, the other build is just straight up better. I mean, that's not completely unexpected, but still. I was hoping for the set to do a little bit more than this. I mean, 8,900, I was expecting at least 9,000. Not gonna lie, a little bit disappointed here. If I had gotten a bit more crit damage rolls, like I had hoped, then it would be above 9,000. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna keep the attack set on Yae. But we can still try the new set on Fischl. So yeah, let's go over Fischl's build real quick here in the middle of the battle, because why not? Okay, so she has 2000 attack, also, yeah, the EM is almost 200. And we have 60 crit rate, 107 crit damage. I know that is not very good, but, you know, I don't use my Fischl that often and don't really farm for her that often, so it is what it is. 124 energy recharge, and then of course we also have a decent amount of electro damage bonus, 61. The weapon I'm using is R5 Stringless, and artifacts here are 2-piece Shimenava, 2-piece Thundering Fury. So, let's see. We have this Shimenava flower here, and the Shimenava feather. We have an attack sense from the Thundering Fury set, sadly no crit damage on this one. Electro damage bonus, also Thundering Fury, and then a crit rate circlet here with a bit of crit damage as well. And I just realized I don't have an off piece on this. It's 3 Shimenava pieces, so maybe I could actually improve on this set a bit if I switched out one of the Shimenava pieces for a better artifact. Then again, Shimenava is kind of the set that I farmed the most, so doubtful that I have something better on a different set. But yeah, anyway, that's the current set, and the talents are 999. But yeah, thanks to the constellations is 12. She's C6, by the way. But yeah, that's my Fischl. So let's see how much damage she is doing if he stops blocking. 6,900 currently. 1,100 on the C6 hits. Okay. Okay, now let's kill him so we can switch out the artifacts and then go straight back in the new set. That I'm probably gonna keep on Fischl if it's really her new best in slot. Well, depends on the results, I guess. Okay, then let's go over the new Fischl build. Yeah, attack is lower, again, as expected, since we switched from an attack set to a different set that doesn't give attack. But actually higher EM, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's nice. And we do have higher crit rate, but a little bit lower crit damage. Yeah, I'm so unlucky with crit damage, apparently. Energy recharge is also lower, I think. And then, of course, electro damage bonus also lower because of no Thundering Fury anymore. So yeah, a lot of stats are lower than before, but I hope it's fine. Yeah, weapons still the same, and the artifacts the same as on Yae Miko, except the circlet. I use a crit rate circlet here instead of the crit damage circlet that I used on Yae, but they're pretty similar in terms of substats. But yeah, here we go. Let's see what Fischl can do with the new set. Okay, only 4,000, no 6,000 when we're on field. Stop blocking. 1,100 with the C6 attacks, that's about the same. Okay, now you stop blocking. You have to get Os back up. And now if you go off field, then it's 7,500. That's more than before, right? Before she did only 6,000, so yeah, that's definitely more. Do the C6 hits also do more? Yeah, 1,200 now. Okay, so that's pretty nice. It's not a big increase, but it's definitely an increase. So yeah, for Fischl the set is actually worth it, because on field, even on field, it does about the same as the other set. And then when you switch to off field, you're actually doing more. Okay, now I kind of want to see how high you can get the skill damage for Fischl. If you just, you know, focus on buffing it with a full team. Maybe get some aggravate going, swirl, and put Sarah in there. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so the new team is Jean, Fischl, Collei, and Sarah. Collei obviously there for the Dendro, so we can get some aggravates. And Sarah, you know, my Sarah is C6, so she's gonna really buff that electro damage. Jean is for the swirls. She has the Iridescent Venera. And yeah, probably Sucrose or Kazuha would be better here. But I don't have Kazuha, and, you know, I just kind of like Jean. I could use Sucrose here, but I want to use Jean. Just because. Okay, so let's just spawn an Os right away. And then swirl, and then aggravate, and then use Sarah Burst. Oh, whoops, I switched the wrong character. Did it still apply? That was 20k, 18k? Not bad, not bad. Let's try this again. Ah, I missed the swirl. Still have my burst though. Okay, get some acrobatics again. Get the skill. 50k there. Whoa. Oh my god. Did you see that? Okay, got consistently like 20k on the skill hits. Then when I spawned an Oster at the end of the battle, it was 50k. Wow, that's actually really good. I gotta admit, I never really tried Fischl in a aggravate comp before, but that was actually really fucking nice. Oh my god, and that's with a Fischl that has only like 100 crit damage. Oh my god. Yeah, she really is still really fucking good. I kinda was planning to make this video more about Miko than Fischl, but well, it kinda evolved into a Fischl video, I guess. But I'm not complaining, that was actually amazing. She killed Masanori really fast there. I mean, 50k, just by summoning Oz and then 20k on every skill hit. That's like over 100k, maybe even 150k for every skill use. And yeah, if you time her burst right, she basically gets 100% uptime on the skill. So that's just continuously 20k, 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 20k electro damage again and again. But you also gotta, you know, keep up Sarah's buff, which is not as easy. And also keep up the act rate, but Collei is really good at that, so that's definitely easier than keeping up Sarah's buff, I think. But that's it for this showcase. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, have a nice day.